All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here on the GSMC Sports Network with all your wrestling know-hows, all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, dramas, and updates. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions among superstars. We talk about promotions from WWE to AEW to TNA to Ring of Honor. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show, 1010%. So don't forget to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Obviously, hit up the tips and donations link. We cannot continue this channel without the help of you guys, and we are super thankful. First and foremost, thank you in advance to absolutely anything you guys decide to donate. It's greatly appreciated. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome and you super love us. So let's go and take care of each other. 1010%. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. All right, so let's go and jump on into our third segment. We have UFC fighter Israel Adesanya's WWE dreams might be closer than he maybe expects. So, recently you've seen Adesanya, post pictures of himself checking out the WWE experience in Saudi Arabia. UFC's new, I know they have like a boxing project. They do want to start having something out there out in, out in the Middle East, which is, definitely smart. I know Dana White is totally keen. He's totally headstrong. He wants to be successful internationally, which is what a good businessman should do. And 1010%, I feel like with a lot of the connections that he definitely and the WWE have, with, is it no, damn it. I can't even, I don't want to, it's not the president. I know that. It's not the sheikh. It's not the king. I can't even think about it right now. Well, the person in charge of sports, the person in charge of sports, we'll start with that. I know overall, the Saudi Arabia is a huge market in terms of sports, especially sports that kind of originate in America that come to Saudi Arabia. Well, besides soccer, it would, I doubt the NFL would ever kind of go out there and reach out and kind of have a football game. It'd be pretty crazy. But WWE and combat sports are usually the number one markets. There's Germany, the UK, France, Japan. There's a lot of markets that are Latin America. There's a lot of markets out there that besides, the United States, that's, could be very marketable. Could be definitely, you want to put something here, you want to have a nice little, performance center or have have a fight here and there. They're gonna do it, and Saudi Arabia's gonna pay big money for that. Like, look what happened with the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson boxing match, and it was dog crap. But they got millions of viewers, and it was crazy. They got money. You got paid money, man. So why not? Honestly, at this point, why the hell not? But I don't know. I just feel like Israel Adesanya. He's such a gifted and such a remarkable fighter. I dabble in within the UFC here and there. I don't know why whenever some guys actually get knocked out and their nose busted open or some guy breaks his leg in the middle of the ring, I don't know why that doesn't really excite me. But when something happens in wrestling, I'm like, oh my god! Like when they put the chair around his neck and they break his neck or something, I'm like, yeah, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not like, yeah, but I don't know. It's just I don't know how my mind works, sometimes. But I don't know. Overall, I would love to see this young man in the WWE one day. He's training alongside of WWE superstars like you saw in that picture before. Dakota Kai. He's hit an Undertaker theme song on his way out. One of his walkouts. He's a two-time middleweight champion, and he said in an interview that his bucket list would eventually be, coming to WWE. Adesanya has indeed left a mark on UFC, and although WWE is definitely in his sights, he's not quite ready yet to lead the UFC, but he has demonstrated the importance of performances. That a performance has to be great, and he said this, and I quote. I'm very content with where I am in my journey as a human being and as an athlete. My love for the game has changed for the better, especially now that I'm 35 years old. We don't live or die by accolades. It's more about performances, and that's what WWE is. He basically, gave his entrance speech to the world of professional wrestling. It's entertainment. It's choreographed. You have to be a remarkable athlete. You have to be great on the mic. You have to have that charisma and enthusiasm. And although it is all that in a bag of chips, the fans they don't want the fans aren't gonna watch wrestling and have fun watching it if you're not having fun doing it inside the ring. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a passion, and Adesanya definitely has that passion. He's a huge WWE fan. WWE merging with TKO definitely leaves the door open. He'll blend in so freaking well because first and foremost, he already has a respect for the business, and I hate to bring this up, but Ronda Rousey and she's cool, and I'm not trying to trash her, but she never really got a chance to like learn. She would have started in NXT. I thought that would have been ultimately better for her, but at first she was like kind of like a publicity stunt, and then she started debuting on the main roster. She was on, she came out in Royal Rumble, this and that and the other, and she actually ended up winning one. And just the way she was inside the ring, though, she would hurt her competitors. She would hurt people. She was like the Bill Goldberg of women's wrestling. It was pretty bad, And the way she was on the mic, I always kind of say this, like you can transition from a UFC star to like a WWE star, you know, but vocally and promos, she was still in the UFC. Like, and I know that might not make, Eric, a promo was a promo. No, there's a way WWE does promos, and there's a way the UFC does promos, and I feel like Ronda Rousey never really got that. I feel like Adesanya will know how a promo works. Obviously, huge fan of WWE. He'll know how to gauge the audience, something that Ronda never knew how to do. But mostly the importance would be the chemistry between him and his opponent. He would take care of his opponent. You know, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, you kind of see, it's entertainment. You kind of see what's going on in the middle of the ring. You kind of see, that's the reason why, in the backbreaker, that's the reason why you do that. Or, when you jump off the top rope, that's the reason why you kind of do that. And, there's certain techniques. And I feel like, as a fan, you get them. As a training, yeah, you get them. Adesanya has been training within mixed martial arts, within a lot of combat and sports skills since he was basically a wee child. Him coming to the WWE would be so great. Be so great for two reasons. He would be such a huge marketable person in the WWE. Like I said before, he's a gifted, he's talented, he's a motivating act to watch. Watching UFC, Adesanya, bam, boom. Love it. Secondly, international. WWE wants to go international, and this Nigerian badass could definitely bring some eyes on WWE. Some fans that were from that like watching the UFC, being like, "Oh, yeah, Adesanya is wrestling for WWE." No one's gonna trash him to be like, "Oh, he got scared. He went to a fake fighting." Ooh, I don't think any wrestling fan would never do that. Of course, you kind of have those high-end, kind of guys who are full of themselves. The guys at those UFC fight watch parties where, they'd be like, where they feel like they know more what to do than the fighters. They're like, "Oh, I can easily get out of that hold. You do this, that, and the other, boom." And then you're just like, "Oh, God, this guy." Or he's practicing moves on his friends, and his friends are kind of like, "Dude, what are you doing? Stop it!" And then he has a drunk girlfriend sitting on a chair on the side, be like, "Oh my God, babe, you could have totally been a fighter." Like usually, you get one of those guys at a UFC watch party, But overall, it was, it was a good experience. When I went to the UFC, I've been to I think a couple, and there was always that one guy, and every single time I looked at him, I'm like, "Oh my God, this freaking guy, dude." But it was entertaining as hell for me to watch. Definitely. So yeah, no, I can't wait to see if this guy makes WWE international, makes it more successful, makes it more competitive. This guy walks into the ring, he is automatically world's heavyweight champion material, WWE championship material, intercontinental, United States, you name it. This guy would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it'd be such a damn shame if WWE they don't look at this guy. I'd be like, "Look, he's 35 years old. If you come to the WWE when you're 35 years old, you are already at the peak of your ultimate performance." And he's gonna win. He's gonna win some championships. He's gonna win some championships. He might even win a Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank. By the time this kid is 42 years old, this guy could definitely have already main evented WrestleMania, already have 2 historic title reigns, and probably have won a Royal Rumble. I have that much faith in this guy. I definitely love him as a person. I love him as a wrestling fan. Like I said before, wrestling fans stick together. And I definitely love this guy as the future international star of WWE. I'll end it with a quote. He said this. He said, "Each fight is different. A new opportunity to show how great I am, to create highlights, to create memories." What's something that wrestling fans love? They love their nostalgia. They love their memories. And if this kid, like I said, is basically, he already, he had an entrance speech in the WWE and he checked all 4 boxes. So, only time will tell to see if this guy will grace us with his presence. All right, without further ado, let's talk about Bayley. Bayley has been, pretty busy in the world of WWE and outside of WWE. Bayley is playing in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. We're going to talk about that when we come back. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So, hey, do not go anywhere.